Well, Nigel, your influence on this matter probably holds quite some significant weight because even the Collins English Dictionary, Nigel, have acknowledged debanking as a word.
Yeah.
How extraordinary.
When I started talking about debanking, people said, "You what? What's that? That's not a word." Well, it is now. And that's because it didn't just happen to me. When I spoke out about this back in July, it suddenly emerges that 1 million people have been debanked. So, yeah, well done, Collins. I hope the OED follow. I'm sure they will. But I've actually here uncovered a very real scandal affecting men and women in this country, small businesses, in an even more grievous way, I think. And this is one of those campaigns that I've kicked off that's going to last year after year after year, because we've had some very fine words from the government on this. Thus far, no action from the FCA whatsoever. And we learnt today that the FCA spent £250,000 on their review into the debanking scandal. Now, had they done their job in the first place, rather than trying to push upon financial services companies diversity and inclusion agendas and quotas, we may not have needed to spend any of that money at all. So the public are now aware of it. The banks are jumping around. NatWest did not bring in the cash restrictions in September they proposed. So some little victories.
Yes.
Some changes of perception, changes of narrative coming from government, but as yet no legislative change. And I want to fight ultimately for everybody to have the right to have a bank account. And I say that not because I want big government to tell the free market what to do, but in the modern world, access to a bank account is as essential as water and electricity.
To be debanked is to be depersoned in the modern world.
Well, and I loved it last week when I got the subject access request back from NatWest. And one of them wrote on one of the group WhatsApp chats, have we forced Farage out of the country?
Oh, wow.
Hooray! Because you become a non-person.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, they picked on the wrong bloke.
They did indeed. Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.